We start this evening with some internal intrigue in the new Polish parliament. Poland 2050 MP Izabela Bodnar is the wife of Maciej B., who, according to the prosecutor's office, is alleged to have arranged the termination of numerous tax audits at his waste management companies in exchange for what amounts to bribes. The businessman paid tens of thousands of zloty to Szymon Hołownia's Poland 2050 account ahead of the recent parliamentary elections. In total, Izabela Bodnar's husband, sister, and colleague contributed 162,000 zloty to the Poland 2050 party account. Now, the former director of a waste management company and freshly minted deputy has become a member of the Environmental Protection Committee under the new government. This is to the Environment Commission, the commission in charge of giving and drafting any changes to regulations related to waste management. This is just the first question mark in terms of a possible conflict of interest. The question, therefore, arises whether the Poland 2050 candidate entered the same only in order to represent the interests of companies owned by her husband. Gazeta Polska's findings show that in January 2024, the Chief Inspectorate of Environmental Protection issued 5 permits for cross-border waste shipments to a company called EcoPartner Recycling. The company's vice president is, of course, one of the donors mentioned beforehand, Benjamin Noga, a colleague of Izabela Bodnar. Indeed, as a long-time and experienced manager, I worked at my husband's company to help optimize processes in many areas. Although she stresses that she went into politics to do good things. I came to government to contribute to the return of freedom and democracy to Poland. Izabela Bodnar's husband is still facing 3 charges, one of which is paid patronage. The indictment against him and 8 others, including 2 of his business partners, was filed in the Warsaw District Court a week ago on February 15th. Interestingly, the case of Izabela Bodnar's husband was also written about by Onet in the context of ABW's actions. Maciej B. was allegedly behind the case of illegal surveillance of the mayor of Lublin, a city where Maciej B.'s companies have a lot of interests. Well, intense competition in the waste management business can be boldly called the garbage war. The problem is that, as in most wars, it's ordinary city residents who lose out when they find themselves living next to a toxic waste dump. We often hear about how some local government signed a contract, but that it just didn't notice the details and didn't notice that it's bad garbage, or that it didn't notice that they approved a landfill in an unsuitable area. Waste companies are pushing hard for their interests, including, very likely, at the very top of government. Investigative journalist Piotr Nistor has announced that more threads in the case will be revealed in the near future.